Greetings, I'm Courtney, CEO of Plant Medicine People. I've been working with ayahuasca for about 20 years, and there's a common question that's a very complex answer I'm addressing today is, should you drink ayahuasca with your friends and family? Well, that's a loaded question. In a general sense, my answer is a big, resounding absolutely yes, because it's such a bonding, intimate experience to share these journeys with medicine with people that we love. But it's complicated. First and foremost, family members. I mean, I love the Ram Dass quote that if you think you're enlightened, go hang out with your family, because they have access to the buttons and triggers inside of us that nobody else does, because that's been a lifelong journey. But coming with siblings, with parents, with cousins, with people in our immediate family, it always kind of brings in awe for me because I've never got to have that experience. My family will never touch these medicines. So, it's a beautiful thing to want to explore, but make sure the relationship that you have with the family member is graceful, can handle conflict, like is more in a really healthy state, because you don't want to add the complexity of drama and conflict in the middle of the intense spaces that ayahuasca brings us into. The same is true for friends, although friends tend to be less entangled karmically and in our space of triggers and conflict, but the same things can apply. Overall, though, when I watch people come with friends and share this experience, it's almost always a fantastic bonding, just shared journey, and it's really beautiful. Where it gets trickiest is when we bring our spouses or our partners, because those people have the deepest level of entanglement in our lives because we share our lives together with our partners, right? So one of the things we do in the ceremony space across the board, but especially for people in partnership, is we make sure that they are separated. Because what can happen is if you're sitting next to your partner and he or she goes through a really, really rough night, it's a big distraction at best, and it might even be something you feel inclined to intervene in. And in the ayahuasca space, we don't want the participants to ever be contacting or connecting with each other because it pulls each of us out of our own individual experience. It also can rob the person of the opportunity to find what they're made of without their spouse or partner intervening. So it's really important that there be separation. And so people that are really in a kind of a codependent container, oof, this can be triggering. We've had to separate people on the regular that even though they're sitting opposite in the circle, they can still feel this magnetic pull to come back together, and it's something that we want to separate in the context of the ceremony, especially so that each person can have their own individual journey. That said, I mean, it's beautiful. Like if you're separated from your partner and then the ceremony closes, and when it feels right to come back together and share your experiences, it's just so amazing to be able to speak the same language in terms of understanding what this process is like for each other. So ultimately, I always leave it up to the family members and the friends and the couples that ask this question of what feels right for you. Sometimes it's better to give yourself the individual journey. Somebody can come to one retreat and then the next retreat, the other partner can come. It's individual in terms of what feels right. But the big red flag is any sort of codependency. It's a beautiful thing then to either address that before you come together or come separately, because it will show up in the space. It can be distracting for other people as well. But each of you know best whether or not it feels right to sit with your friends and family. Ayahuasca will take you anyway. So if you have questions or comments about this, please drop it in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel. Check us out soon for more content. And thank you so much for being here. Much love.